Uh, my request is all must try and join for throughout this 18 days, because you will be given certificate if your consistency is seen. Wow. Yeah. Now also there is some hope for a degree and a certificate. Amazing, isn't it? So we were on the second chapter yesterday. Unfortunately, I was not able to cover. Thank you, Suruchi, for appearing there. So I stopped at the verse 2.54. We completed chapter first, which says observing the army on the Kurukshetra battle. And then the second, summarization of the Bhagavad Gita. So we were saying, what is this summarization? So summarization is nothing but it talks about, you all can see my screen? I doubt.
No, Mataji.
Yeah, that's I had a doubt that did I share my screen. Sainath ji, thank you for appearing there. Is it visible now? Yes, I have shared.
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Thank you, Aishwarya, for being my life there. So this is the last segment. Okay. Aishwarya Mataji, please keep a track of time. Once
Yes,
it is 10,
Mataji.
let me know, please.
Yes, Mataji.
And I will start with my third chapter. So there is a term used throughout in these segment of shlokas. This is the last part, yeah, where Arjuna is asking Sthita Prajna, because Lord is saying, fight, become fixed in Krishna consciousness. So he's saying, Sthita Prajna, this term is that one has to be firm in Krishna consciousness. That is, he's saying, focus your consciousness on my order, on my words. Keep me in center. A person like today in Kali Yuga would say, are you really gone crazy, Krishna? Really? Really, you're not understanding what is my situation. You're saying fight. So you mean to say in this battlefield, in this huge army where billions and billions and trillions are there, where I have to aim and I have to see where I have to, and I have to also focus and keep you in the center? So I mean, how? How? So then, as usual, we all are with always question marks. So there were lined up questions that Arjuna has shooted towards, the Lord, saying that first you tell me this. Why, what, how? So, dear devotees, we will also try to understand, and we will let you get in detail. It says, what is, if you say Sthita Prajna, one has to be focused in Krishna consciousness. So, what is his symptoms? How we will know? How does he speak? How does he sit? How does he walk? And how do we understand? So all this replies when Krishna is giving, he says the symptoms. How does he reveals his position? So we have taken our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada being a grasta, how he opted for a guru, and being so educated and from well-to-do family. They had their own business of pharmaceutical. He was running his pharmacy. So normally people have a tendency who sits with the mala and Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram. They are in distress. They don't have money. They are tense. So they don't want to do anything, but they want to sit and just Nam Bhajo. No, it's absolutely wrong. Otherwise, in our moment, you will find, in Krishna consciousness, maximum doctors and IT people, and so you have all, stalwarts who come. We had not only engineers and cosmic engineers, astronautic engineers who have taken up this moment. So he says the symptoms, what is, he reveals his position, how does he speak, So we see through the parampara also what is taught and how one engages his senses while walking also, while talking also, while sitting also, from our practice of our founder acharyas. Dear devotees, these are the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. It is said Sthita Pragya means first thing that you will see is he'll be with the duties, you'll find a detachment. Sthita Pragya. I'm just running through the slides and then I'll consolidate them. So we have a picture of a tortoise. Why? Why a picture of a tortoise? Oh, we are talking about Shastra. So, and then it talks about how he walks through his life. These are the process of spiritual fall down if we are not following. And what is the reason that we fall down? He said these are all symptoms. Why? Because we jiva, we want to be free from what? Attachment, aversion, able to control senses. Yeah. And how that is happening? It says through regulative principles of freedom. If not connected to Krishna, neither transcendental intelligence comes nor steady mind will come. And if this doesn't happen, there is no peace, no happiness. Happiness means without peace. Yeah. We'll go in detail more little. So we jiva in 67 and 68, you'll find we jiva. If sense engaged in the service of Lord, yes, then progress. One of the roaming senses carry away man's intelligence. Why? Because mind when focused in the wrong direction. He says, if under practice of a bona fide spiritual master called, that person will be sadhaka, and he is a candidate for liberation also. So senses are restrained from object of senses and steady intelligence. This Bhagavad Gita will teach us when we start practicing it. We jiva, it says two classes of intelligence, one into material, one into self-realization. So the activities when on the material platform, if we get into sense gratification, yeah. But activities for the advancement of spirituality, yes, there is a difference of for whom it is a day and for whom it is a night. So after having a spiritual knowledge also, if we are on the progress level, then we turn our night also into day. But it is said, materialistic person, for them, even if it is a day, because they are in mode of ignorance, it's a night for them. Higher understanding that we need to have. Yeah? And the 70, it says, engaging senses into sense gratification. This is what maximum jivas will do. Yeah. So unfulfillment of why this happens, because they have some desires. The mind is always wavy and agitated. So there is no peace. Why there is no peace? Because their fulfillment of desires are not happening. Because this is not happening, the reason for this is we are always engaged into sense gratification. Now this, now that, now this, now that. If one is over, before one is completed, we have immediately the next. It's like a virus. So we jiva, we engage senses into service of the Lord, fulfilling, satisfied by transcendental loving services, not disturbed by such desires. So living entity is said to be like an ocean of desires flowing, but undisturbed. Yeah? That is perfect peace. So this stage we must all aim for. So if you see the circle here, Lord is like an ocean. And we, jivas, we will have desires like a small pond or a river. But ultimately, our aim should be the currents of us. Every activity should be, if we serve Lord, then we are merging ourselves into ocean, into peace. This is the aim one must aim for. Yeah. So these are the 72 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita 2. We will talk a little more about it. So if we see in the second chapter, when we say summarization, Arjuna started with questions. The moment he said, I'm now confused, I want to surrender to you, Krishna takes up the charge as a spiritual master. And he is enlightening him. He is enlightening that what you are seeing is bodily. So what is this body? Panchadhatu. And that is temporary. What you have to aim is towards the soul, and that is getting liberated. So soul, the body is just a support for the soul to do the right things. If we take use of the right way of utilizing our body, then we will able to aim towards success. It's like a driver sitting in the car. The car cannot take you in unless and until you use your intelligence and to have a proper address. Then there is utilization of the car. So same way, this body we have to utilize, but the higher intelligence, that the soul, the Atma and Paramatma, that connectivity, and that is eternal and that is permanent. So a little bit more to talk about what I was saying now. Arjuna, when he's speaking, he's asking, the symptoms of Sthita Prajna. So he says he wants to know the behavior and mindset of the true wise person's duties, the inner peace through detachment. Now we are all grastas. We are all grastas. Uh, Maybe when the children are gone to school, when husband is not around, the people who are at home, especially, they have thousands of things. They can just make a cup of coffee and just sip and enjoy some cereals. But that is killing of time, the valuable time. So, are you engaging your senses in the right way? No, that is not sthita pragya. This is the practical example that I'm giving. After somebody going to office also, you have some minutes, some seconds to get onto your desk and to start working and take the orders and to execute them. But that fraction of minutes that you begin, if you pray to Almighty, let me do justice for what I am come to earn. And let me not harm anybody. Let me not do wrong. That prayer, that will keep you throughout steady, and you will able to execute yourself. So inner peace through detachment and ecumen in duality also. Everywhere you will find duality, whether you say it's any industry, whether it is IT, pharmaceutical, fashion industries, you talk about even education department, whether schools or universities, what all, everywhere there is duality. But how? By higher knowledge, one can go through. Why? Because we have gone through the scriptures, which has enlightened us. Our, uh, our knowledge, higher knowledge, switches always on when we touch Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, when we go through scriptures every day. Detachment in action, you will yourself see that how he acts without dependence on outcomes. This is the learning. Why? Because all this also gives you one symptom, that the senses are in your control. You have got the higher taste of the higher principles. The power of senses, then you will understand more better. Why? Because you will able to fix your this wavy mind on Krishna and you become Krishna conscious. This is the Sthita Pragya. That is wise, steady person. Yeah. If you have any doubts, you can park them after the end of the session. I will definitely, help you on this. Mataji, I guess we can start with the third
Yes,
chapter now.
Mataji. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let me share my screen again. Give me 2 minutes. Yes. Let me know if you are able to see my screen. Mataji, everybody is able to see the screen?
Yes, Mataji, yes.
Great. Thank you so much. Yeah. So we start third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which says Karma Yoga. We all understand the word karma, isn't it? Karma means a act that we do, a activity that we do, yeah, work that we do, execution of an act, action, a act that we do. So please, devotees, always keep in your mind when we speak about any shloka, that how it has started. Dhritarashtra sitting in his own palace, in his own courtyard, he is asking Sanjaya, please narrate what has happened. Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. So Sanjaya is narrating every word, every action that he is seeing on Kurukshetra. And he is narrating this to Dhritarashtra. And then we see the second part is there is a conversation between Arjuna and Lord Krishna, because he has requested Lord to bring the chariot in the midst, and then when he is observing who are fighting, and then his questions start: why you want me to kill? Why I should kill them? I will incur sin. I will go to the hellish planets. Yeah, you are my sakha, you are my cousin, you're the supreme. Why are you asking me to do something? They are blind because of greed, but we can see, so I will not do. And he kept his Gandiv down. Yeah. And here, when he says, I'm confused, the second chapter talks about that he has told Lord that now you are my guide, you tell me what is good and bad. And when Krishna becomes his spiritual master, he's telling him that you are seeing two aspects, matter and spirit, that is, body and soul. And he has given in detail that what is the state of a body and soul. Yesterday we had seen what is the distinguish. One is perishable, one is imperishable. Yeah, one has to take support of one and do the action. So now furthermore, when he spoke about sthita pragya, how he talks, how he walks. Now again he says, what is karma? So dealing with the confusion, now he says renunciation, or working in nishkam karma. So dear devotees, there are 43 shlokas. So first two shlokas that we understand what is Arjuna inquires why Krishna previously recommended buddhi yoga. He also said Sankhya Yoga, yeah, using one's intelligence to link to the Supreme, and has condemned fruitive work but wishes him to fight. Krishna replies that he has actually recommended one process with two stages, that is karma and jnana. That is, how you have to use buddhi yoga also. And then in from third to ninth, it says Krishna is replying that since the soul is active by nature. Now you will understand what I'm trying to say about the soul and about the body. So please, always be connected. In this way, you will have no confusion. Yeah. So he's saying, the soul is active by nature. Renunciation of work. That is, if one's heart is not yet clean, is inferior to performing prescribed duties with detachment. The Vedas therefore teaches us to perform work as a sacrifice for Krishna. Thus, our work will not bind us to this world. So he is giving option. If you're not able to do like this, then you have an option of doing like this. Yeah. So We'll go further. Again, this is philosophical speculation. Krishna consciousness, direct path. Yeah. Otherwise, you are, indirectly you're going, dependency is there, then unsurety is there. But here, when you are Krishna conscious with the Vedas, then surety of success is there. Initial purification requires prescribed duties, and gradually you will get, to have a purification of your senses. But here, ends and means are the same. Krishna conscious is itself the purificatory process, because there is a process. It says renunciation should not be accepted without purification. We will speak in detail about it again. I'm just running through the slides to you all, that what is the shlokas trying to say. So Lord Krishna does not approve what? That, you're saying renunciation, but renunciation needs a purificatory process. You just cannot say, that today I've renounced everything. No. How? This doesn't happen. So Lord Narayan, he says the philosophy and fruitive activities, So he says, if you have purification of your heart, then what happens? Materialistic men, by performing prescribed duties. Not performing prescribed duty does not give freedom from reaction. So here, someone does not perform prescribed duties, and someone in transcendental service to the Lord, accepted by Lord as Buddhi Yoga. This is the difference. Here also it says active in nature. It must, because we are jivas, need to be engaged. Let me tell you, dear devotees, when we take birth as Sanatani, we are all Sanatanans. Yeah. So when we take birth, our mood is always to be a servitor. We want to serve as husband towards wife, family, children, as wife towards husband, children, the extended families. Yeah. But person who don't have into this relationship, you will see they will have their Persian cat, meow meow. Yeah, they'll have a nice uh, pet dog. Sorry, just to take out some mood. So if all is not there, then you'll have singing birds, choo 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 chirping around, to give you swinging of your mood here and there. If not that also, you have a big job. You'll buy a fish tank. I tell you, dear devotees, I know many of them. When we call them, please come for the class, just 1 hour, and we'll tell them it's only 45 minutes, like that. One of them, they told me, from last 3 days, I'm not able to clean my fish tank. So I said, how much time you take? Oh, Mataji, what to tell you? It takes almost more than 3.5 hours. I really pity them. But I said, the soul, that fishes are so lucky that you're dedicating your energies to them, to, help them, to, nourish them. But what about yourself? Dear devotees, we have got this life. There is a soul who is actually struggling to just get out from here and to serve the Lord, because that is our place, permanent place. But what are we doing? So somebody asked me a question, then why did we come even here? So we came because we had desire. And what was that desire? Oh, why somebody can be, always praised and served, why I cannot praise myself, why I cannot, enjoy. So that I and mine, that's the reason we have opted for this. And Lord has given us that free will. Okay, enjoy. But the moment we look at the Lord and we reciprocate, then Lord will take the charge and help us. And this is what Bhagavad Gita teaches us. And that's the reason Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is very important to read. So it says, occupation dedicated by illusory energy. That is, we are engaged in so many other things, but we need to engagements like There is no loss, even if there is fall down, that when we are serving Lord, we may do some mistakes. But this mistake we did while serving the Lord, He will take care and He will again bring us back. Yeah. So this is what we need to understand, that prescribed duties are recommended in Shastra. And why they have been recommended? To purify ourselves as a soul, and that will lead us to Krishna consciousness. So we understand what is the social order. Brahmachari, Grastashram. In my first class itself, I was speaking about this. Yeah. So we should not be a pretender, but we must gradually try to work and progress. Yeah. And our prescribed duties, it says renouncing fall down, since activity is given up before purificatory of the heart. Yeah. Through our heart, 100% we should understand that I am the servant and there is a supreme Lord. Yeah. Performing gradually purification of the heart. And then that grasta engaging himself in war, not renouncing and going to ashram, that is forest. A kshatriya, as I was telling in my first class also, grasta ashram has got more responsibilities of the three ashramas. This is what, so work should not be given up capriciously without purification of materialistic propensities. We need to understand, if I've got a son, if I've got a daughter, not only it's my duty to nourish them, to give them good education by sending them to good school, college, university, and all that, but till the time I am existing, till I am alive, I have to see and observe every minute, second, and make them Krishna conscious. This is my duty bound. That's the reason I have got the position of a mother and also the father. Shastra speaks about it. So action, work performed. So action causes bondage. Every action will cause us bondage if it is not done for the satisfaction of Lord. And that act under guidance of spiritual master. When we'll do this, we will not be binded, and definitely we will progress. We will spiritually progress and we will get liberation. And we will have the path to go back home, back to God, and we will get the entry to the kingdom of the Lord. Otherwise, repeated birth and death, repeated birth and death. Yeah. So this is the karma work. When one is doing any karma and fruits of karma, that is, there is desire, then what happens? See, this is all mode of passion. Attachment will be there, sakam karma. Yeah? These are the terms. Slowly, slowly, you will get accustomed to it. Don't worry about it. So we are speaking here about mode of passion or mode of goodness. Dear devotees, those who want to go back home, back to Godhead, the desire. So for that matter, we must try to raise ourselves beyond mode of goodness also. Because this mode of goodness will teach us gradually get detached. This detachment is at the platform of Jnana platform. Continue to work with detachment. This will be taught by Buddhi Yoga or Nishkam Karma. So this detachment. So what is the learning? The higher understanding that we'll have to have is, we have to do work. Without working, we cannot wait for a minute or a second. You just, you can, after this class, you can just do one exercise, that I will not think anything. You close your eyes. Immediately it will take you to the boss or to your relatives or your child, what my child will be doing in the school or a university or a college or something. Because we cannot even sit for a minute or a second. This is what will be taught to us in Bhagavad Gita, what we are supposed to. So, Karma Kanda, Sakam Karma, Nishkam Karma, Jnana Yoga, Ashtang Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. So, when we talk about all this, we are successfully covering 16 shlokas here. And then it says how we can be happy when we are working and progressing towards liberation. So whether it is men, demigods, or sacrifice for Vishnu, everything is for the satisfaction of Lord. Yeah. Because Lord, He has done creation, whether it is material world or whether it's spiritual. Everything is, Lord is the cause of all cause. So this soul is asked to do Vedas process to perform sacrifice. He has to depend on this. And then when he's doing the sacrifice, especially when they are doing sacrifice, what happens is we will progress towards liberation or achieve everything desirable for living happily. But what should be our aim? Our aim should be that not for our pleasure, but for the pleasure of Lord. And that's the reason we'll be always in that dilemma. That fall is always there. See, I'll give you a layman example of when a baby is near to 9 months or 10 months, 1 year, depending on every child, they start holding the mother's cloth, garment and try to stand. When they're learning to stand and they fall, mother and father, they know very well that child is new to learning to walk or to learning to stand. So they will be always ready to protect us. This is what is our state, and that's the reason Lord is always careful. And that's the reason Krishna came in this Kali Yuga as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he gave us Sankirtana movement. Can I request you all one time to unmute and chant with me the Mahamantra, please? Everybody, it's Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
This one
Rama,
should
Hare
have the
Rama, Rama
mood,
Rama,
and
Hare Hare.
gradually you will develop this taste, higher taste, by controlling your senses. Definitely this change will happen. Yeah. Because Lord Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. For that matter, being administrative, he has empowered demigods. Yeah. What to talk about jivas? We are also the amshas. So when the charge is given, various necessities by providing light, air, water, all the necessities of life, there is no scarcity. So it is said that one must engage themselves into sacrifice if you are not directly able to do this. Yeah. Okay. Dear devotees, I will just take 1 second. There is a courier I need to sign and accept. Please give me a minute. Ashray Mataji, only 1 minute.
అంటే వినండి అంటున్నాను నేను వెళ్ళాలి పక్కకే వెళ్ళట్లేదు నాకు ఇప్పుడు ఏదో జస్ట్ ఇప్పుడు టైం దొరికింది అది
Hare Krishna. Yeah, very sorry. So, yeah. So we were trying to understand what is Lord trying to say here to us. It says, Lord Vishnu. When we talk about Lord Vishnu, what is it about? See, they are saying if you're not able to directly, perform Sankirtana, or you're not able to directly perform or accept Lord Krishna the Supreme and get into worship, then one must get into demigod worship, yajna, based on 3 modes. Yeah. So performance of yajna has many benefits. What is that? eatable becomes sanctified. Dear devotees, that's the reason, it is said, whenever you are cooking something, offer it to Lord and eat, so that all the sin. Yes, because when we are cutting vegetables, we are incurring sin, because even they have life. Yeah, when we are eating them without offering to the Lord. Lord is saying, I am again trying to help you by sanctifying it. Yeah, eating sanctified food, existence becomes purified. Yeah, and we progress. Tissues of the memory becomes sanctified. Memory is sanctified. One can think of path of liberation that will lead to Krishna. This is what Bhagavad Gita will teach us, enlighten us, and how we have to. We will understand our existence, how we have come to existence also. Yeah. So it says, a devotee offer food to the Lord with love. You will find a very beautiful shloka in the 9th chapter. You will come across, it says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prachti Tadaham Bhaktya Upahartam Ashnami Priyatatmanaha. Can you give me this? If you're not able to give me, no problem. But whatever you're giving, little also, even a drop of water for that matter, or tulsi leaf, but I am searching for the love. So the yajna that we are doing, it says sacrifice. So that's the reason it says here, always Lord wants love. Aloof from contamination of sinful association, then what will happen? Slowly we develop Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam. There are 9 processes of devotion that can happen. We will progress further. Yeah, because there'll be a way out. This is for the devotees. But what for the non-devotees? They prepare food for personal enjoyment. The Shastra says you are thief. Why? Because I have kept that. You have taken it without my permission, and you're eating it without my sanction also. So the beautiful analogy is used that, you're a thief. You're eating sin. You have done some karma and you're eating your own karma. So how am I to intervene into it? Yeah. Can never be happy. Why? Because there will be no satisfaction. Desires are like virus, like bacteria. It will keep on and on and on and on. So here our acharyas are also enlightening us, that what is Hare Krishna Mahamantra teaching for our Kali Yuga. So this says, it says the Yajna Purusha, benefit of all the sacrifices. Our mindset should be that even the sacrifice that we are doing is for the satisfaction of the Lord, the master of all demigods. He is the in charge of all necessities of life. And the devatas, when we worship, yeah. So what happens when we worship? We are not, we do not offer, so we are eating sin. It says, but offer food to Krishna. What happens? Nourishes our body spiritually. Because, dear devotees, when we are offering to the Lord, we are saying the mantra. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna. There are 3 mantras that we say, we are taking permission of the acharyas, then we are forwarding further to Mahaprabhu, and then we are telling Mahaprabhu, you offer, because we are not on that level. So that means we are training our mind and our senses. So he says, past sinful reaction vanquishes. And then the progress towards spirituality, realization, self-realization will happen. He says, when we do yajna, pleased by, so when this is happening, there is an analogy. It says the food that we get, grains, vegetable, fruits, it is through rain, sunlight, air, and land. But this is controlled by demigods. They are the in charge of it. But by small intelligence, lack of complete knowledge, what happens is we think these Devi and Devatas are the supreme. But they are also the servitors of the Lord. But definitely they are doing their duties so that they can help us to progress towards Lord Krishna, the Supreme. So Vedas which are manifested from Lord, we see all these Vedas, they are also helping us, whether akarma or vikarma. We will learn this. Then it says how this cycle is depending. We are all depending on the cycle. The purpose of life, human life, to please the Lord. Best processes to please Him. And there is a process. And best yagya in this yuga is Sankirtana, which let me tell you, out of 10, 9 people are not aware of it. And the best mantra to chant is Maha Mantra. And we get into so many mantras, so many mantras. The purpose of human life is to please the Lord, which is what again and again we are speaking, how the means and all. So now till 35, it talks about the acting dutifully, fully with detachment to set the right, correct example. How one has to get engaged, what are the consequences if we are not engaged into, and if one forgets the Supreme Personality of Godhead, if we don't get higher knowledge. So this all tattva you will learn in detail from the Shastra. And that's how it says, spiritual realized person, how it will be, should not be agitated, perform one's own spiritual activities. Yeah. Engage themselves in moral duties like non-violence and similar material beloyed work. Yeah. So this is, ignorant person who thinking body as the self. So not stressing into too much. We need to understand what is Lord saying and we want to do as per what Lord is saying. This is the teaching. So what is Krishna trying to say? Krishna is saying, surrendering all your work unto me, which will free you from everything. Mind you, Krishna is speaking to Arjuna, but message is for us. So with no claim of proprietorship, without desire for profit, with full knowledge of me, you surrender to me. This is the request of the Lord. Yeah. Again, acting in, this will be a position of happiness. And this, we are independent. We feel that we are independent. Yeah. Without cooperation of Lord, then we are definitely unhappy, isn't it? So discharging duty is how one has to be. A disciple. Act according to Varnashram Dharma will lead you to liberation. Discharge all your duties in Krishna consciousness will lead you. But let me tell you, if you go as per Dharma, it says you read the Upanishad, you read the Vedas, you need the, all the 108, Upanishads. Where do we have time? By the time we complete our education of university, and if we are doing masters, we are already into 30 plus. Then we are into grastashram. Then we are parent. Then our focus is towards our child. Already we are into our 40s. And then slowly that realization comes because we get bangs from our own children, offsprings. Then we say, oh, my mother is to say like this. Oh, my father is to say like this. Oh, that's why my son is doing like this. Oh, that's why my daughter is doing like this. Oh, that's why the society is saying, oh, I, my starts. And then we start. That's too late. Too late. So that's the reason Bhagavad Gita intervenes and says how one has to lead one's life. Now, the shloka 31, how to follow. With faith, without envy, freedom from all bondage. This will be the result then. Firm faith, surety of success. Yeah. Out of envy is when we do, oh, we don't want to get into this because repeatedly birth and death will happen, isn't it? So what is going to help us? We need to talk about it. Because already we all are suffering in this material world. Somewhere or the other, with hard heart, we will try to partially agree to it or not. Yeah. But we have to take ourselves that we want to be puppet, like a puppet in the hands of the Lord, not in the hands of the material world, in the three mode of material nature. The way, it will make us dance in the mode of ignorance, in the mode of passion, in the mode of goodness, somewhere in the passion, somewhere in the ignorance. So this will keep on happening unless and until we have the higher knowledge, which will not make us fall. And that is, you will find, a solution in 7th chapter, 14th shloka. It says, Devi Haisha Gunmai, Mama Maya Durataya, Mamai Vai Prapadyante, Maya Tam Tarantite. We will all be with some or the other desires. We will all be having some we'll be having flaws in ourselves. I'll give you a very small example. Uh, Many of you all will agree to this. Our child, when they are small, they have habit of biting their nails or putting thumb in their mouth or scratching all the time ear or dwelling in your nostrils and all. And we'll keep on telling, hey, don't do this. Hey, stop doing this. Let me tell you, my son, 26 years old, he is a commercial pilot. He still has a habit of, digging all the time, scratching his head. And I'll always keep saying, don't do this, don't do this. So we are bound to do things and we need to be corrected. But that acceptance should be there. Oh, my mother is saying for good. So, dear devotees, from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, we need to understand that Lord is trying to speak to us. And we need to enlighten ourselves to start practicing before it is too late. So transcendental platform of Krishna consciousness should be ultimate. Why? Because this Krishna consciousness is gradual process help to get out of material entanglement by engaging in material prescribed duties. No one should suddenly give up. I'll give you one example. I knew somebody, I'm not naming, so husband and wife once come to me saying that, Mataji, we have a problem. Okay, what is the problem? He says, with the desire of having one son, back to back, they had 6 daughters. And now suddenly my husband, he's not keeping in good mood. And now many a times he has uttered to me, एक दिन मैं सब छोड़ के चला जाऊंगा and all that, And ultimately, when his parents come to stay with him for some time, he is telling his mother and father that मेरा मन नहीं रमता अभी, मैं किसी मंदिर में चला जाऊंगा, मैं सब कुछ त्याग के सन्यासी हो जाऊंगा. That's wrong. That is not that you have got, siddhis. You have gone into the mode of liberation. You're running away from your duties because of the cause of bondage of this material engagements. Why? Because we did not restrict our senses, our desires, and how to get out of it. This is what Bhagavad Gita is teaching us. He says, never come under control of attachment and evasion, following the rules and rules of the revealed scriptures. So if we are sense gratification under regulate control may also lead one to go astray. But as long as material body is there, necessity of material body are allowed under rules of scriptures. All this, attachment to sense gratification will make us fall down, will take us reverse to Krishna consciousness. But detachment, yes, progress to the stage of towards liberation. We says spiritual duties and material prescribed duties. This acting based on the influence of mood and acting based on the direction of the spiritual master for spiritual progress. Only when one trans the mode and is fully situated in Krishna consciousness, then this happens. So the prime need is how to control our senses. So first we have to regulate them. And somebody comes and tells me, Krishna consciousness is okay, but Mataji, chai mat piyo, coffee mat piyo, onion garlic nahi chahiye, non-veg nahi chahiye. So we say, why nahi chahiye? You get into why nahi chahiye. Tea and coffee is not bad beverages, but they are controlling your senses. Let me tell you, the ladies, they just get up from their bed, they go to the kitchen, they first want to sip a tea or coffee. They say, now only we are able to work. How is it? How is it? I tell them, go to your grandparents and ask them. They never even stepped in the kitchen without taking bath. And that's the reason that time one person was earning and 15, 20, 30, they were sitting and eating, because there was satisfaction. There was purity, because the practice was totally different. This is what is lacking. Now, why our senses are not in control? Because who is the vairi? Who is the enemy here? Lust. Lust is the enemy. Because if lust is not satisfied, it dwells into anger. So he says, beware of lust. This is the last segment, dear devotees. Please pay attention. Very beautifully, it is explaining us that the soul's sinful, all devouring enemy through lust, sitting in the senses, mind and intelligence, the soul's knowledge is covered by regulating the senses, and through spiritually strong, intelligent, one should fix himself in his pure identity as a servant of Krishna and thereby conquer lust. Beautiful analogy is given, dear devotees. Beginning of Krishna consciousness, how one can. Because it is said, lust, how it is. There is a smoke. They say there is never smoke without fire. Then the dust on the mirror. And then the womb. Excuse me, can you mute yourself? I'm very sorry. Yeah,
Mataji,
please,
also
please.
small reminder, it's 12:03, Mataji.
Okay. Just I can take 10 minutes or
Yes,
7.
Mataji. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mataji.
Okay. So we are talking about lust. It says these are the degree of lust that is there. So beginning from Krishna consciousness, if we see, compared to consciousness of human being, it says chance to kindle fire of Krishna consciousness by carefully handling of smoke. Human life, one can conquer lust by cultivation of Krishna consciousness under guidance of spiritual master. It's a cleansing by spiritual method. How is that? Compared to consciousness of beast and birds. And here knowledge completely covered, compared to consciousness of trees. So our consciousness is there, but how we have to kindle, how we have to handle it. This is the important part which I want you all to understand a little more. So characteristics of lust is given, how the symbol is given, that in ignorance and never satisfied, and how we fall. How it says that our material world is, we are shackled of sex life, and then punishment of living entity for being disobedient to law of God. The sitting place of the lust, senses, mind, intelligent, and then soul, fall down, false identity. Yeah. And then it says how Bhagavad Gita, overcome, how we can overcome lust. Yeah. So solution for lust, engage your senses by higher intelligence, curve your mind, and through mind the senses, and how this dull matter can be spiritualized. by understanding our right position. Yeah. So Bhagavad Gita is teaching us, and this is what the chapter also teaches us. Yeah. Overcoming lust. We talk from 40 to 43 shloka, how the soul must engage in Krishna consciousness. Why Lord Krishna wants him to fight. Again, we came back. Arjuna is saying, I will not fight. So he says, all this I've told you to execute your action with knowledge, and that proper knowledge. He has given karma yoga, nishkama yoga, and buddhi yoga. Yeah. And then Sankhya philosophy also, whichever is shortcuts. So Lord is saying, So before we end, I will just try to give you a little more detail about it. That the summarization, how we say, the smoke and fire, fire is visible but covered. So this represents sattva guna, where lust is minimal. There is, but how it is minimized, we need to control our senses. It says dust on the mirror, the reflection is obscured, but we can cleanse it, representing rajoguna, moderate covering. And then embryo in the womb, completely covered. So represents tamoguna, deep ignorance. So Lord is trying to explain us, lust covers our divine consciousness in very degrees, depending on the mood of nature. So mode of passion, mode of ignorance, and mode of goodness. How one has to. So especially in last segment, it says, this is only because of the lust. If the lust is not curbed, if lust is nothing but the desire to the fulfillment. And if it is not, then we get into attachment and imagination of pleasure. Mind takes us there, and our intelligence gets distracted, and we lose our consciousness. The knowledge is gone, and that's how fall down happens. So Krishna is telling us this through body, which is matter, senses to be curved, mind to be controlled, and intelligence, higher intelligence we must have, because the soul, that is Atma, the real self, will get gradually self-realization. So the real strength comes from self-awareness, that is knowing the self, that I am not just controller of senses, but I am the pure soul, part and parcel of the Lord, because that will happen to bhakti, devotion to Krishna, which is purifying our intelligence. And transformation happens when the lust is purified, it becomes love, prema, desire to serve Lord Krishna. And this is what one must achieve, and this should be one's aim, goal. So again, dear devotees, lust is desire for sense gratification, which becomes root cause for all the sins, and how we must gradually progress, and our final destination should be spiritually intelligence and Krishna conscious. Yeah, conquering lust and regaining our spirituality. Yeah. So this was our chapter 3, dear devotees. How important it is that we must read, not one time, not two time. Honestly, hand on my heart, I tell you, in spite of reading so many times, even today, if I'm reading a shloka or a purport or a translation, I get a new understanding and new realization, and I feel, oh my God, that means I did not read carefully. It's not about carefully or with the surrender mood, but Lord wants to, dive into the ocean of knowledge deeper and deeper and deeper, because he wants us to be puppet in his hand to help the other souls. So variation of understandings. Sorry? Yeah. Thank you so much for joining. Uh, as I was saying, please maintain the consistency of your presence throughout in this 18 days of Bhagavad Gita because this is not only going to enlighten you, help you to progress and advance further, but this will also give you the rightest understanding how better you can deal with day-to-day activities of your life and of your self-realization also. Yeah. With that note, thank you so much for giving your valuable time, and I hope I did not kill it or murder it. I was trying my best, whatever I have gained from my spiritual master. I hope even a bit, if can help, taking 2 minutes from everybody. Anybody can share from this 3 chapters what was your learning. Just one minute, one second.
Mataji, I
Hare
think the
Krishna,
other class is
Mataji.
going to start, Mataji. So I request.
Hare
Okay,
Krishna,
you all can put
Mataji.
your realization, your understanding in the group. That will
Yes,
help.
Mataji. The questions and the realizations can be shared in the group, so Mataji can answer.
Yes, yeah.
Hare Krishna,
Kavita,
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna,
so much.
Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. With your
Thank you.
permission,
Hare
I'll end the
Krishna.
session,
Hare Krishna,
Mataji. Thank you so
Mataji.
much.
Thank you. Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
gratitude to
Hare-
Gopinath
Yes,
Prabhuji
Prabhu.
also.
Mataji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
My gratitude to Gopinath Prabhuji also. Thank you.
you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you.